Today, I am joined by one of Octagon MMA's top lightweight athletes, Predrag Bogdanović, ahead of his upcoming Tit Sport Game Changer quarterfinal bout with Losene Keita. Predrag, thank you for your time today. How are things? Sort of a week removed from this high profile matchup.
Hello, man. Nice to meet you. It's been going really well. The weight cut is probably the easiest so far. I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready. I was ready a month ago. I'm extremely anxious just to get in there. I want to prove myself, and I will dominate. I will 100% dominate.
Yeah, I mean, of all the opponents on the Octagon roster, if you want to prove yourself and get your name out there into the world, I think Losene Keita is the guy to do it, right? He's considered to be a major prospect, not just in Octagon, but in MMA in general. And yet
Yes.
you went out and you called him out, or you called for this fight in a respectful way, of course. But what was the mentality behind, putting your name in the hat against this guy?
Well, like I said, I only want hard fights. I don't want easy fights. And Keita was the hardest fight. He is a superstar, and after I beat them, then it's off to the next one. And I wanted honestly to face all three of the most famous Octagon fighters, Lagerski, Ronnie, and Keita, and the order doesn't matter. It's Keita next. Next will be Lagerski, and then probably Ronnie. We will see.
Is that who you're predicting to get to the final of the
I
tournament?
I don't know. Maybe Ronnie, maybe the Duque. What's
Mm.
his name? He has good wrestling. Maybe he will be able to take Ronnie down and control him for 3 rounds. It's not a 5 round fight. If it was a 5 round fight, I think Ronnie would have the upper hand. But since it's a 3 round fight, I don't know. It's 50-50, honestly. I can't tell. It's gonna
Mhm.
be a hard fight for Ronnie as well.
Absolutely. Um, so I want to talk a little bit about your previous fight with Nafuka because I think in a way there are parallels to be drawn between these two, right? Nafuka, maybe not as big a prospect as Lawson, but undefeated, sort of known as a grappling phenom. I think the longest winning streak at the time in the tournament. All these sort of caveats to his name, and yet you went in there and uh, had your way with it in pretty much most facets of the game. Yeah, how do you reflect on that performance, and can you draw any parallels to the matchup with Keita now?
It's honestly, it's not the same. It's definitely not the same match. The styles are completely different, but the preparation for Nafuka was more chain wrestling, more defensive back takes, and more stand up, more range, more knees, more jabs. With Keita, it's distance. Try to take him down, but then also if he tries to sprawl, punch him as hard as I can, just knock him out. So people think I'm gonna wrestle, people think I'm gonna do stand up. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna punch, kick, I'm gonna wrestle, I'm gonna do everything. It's gonna
Perfect.
be a dog fight. Kate is gonna get tired and he's gonna tap or he's gonna get knocked out.
So one thing I wanted to ask was Keita's last fight against Agi Sudari. I think maybe a bit of an underrated guy in himself, Sudari. Obviously he had that Cage Warriors resume and whatnot, but they went sort of life and death. It was not the sort of the just the dominating performance some people were expecting. Did you expect that performance, and did you see anything in that matchup that maybe you didn't realize about Keita's game beforehand?
Uh, from that matchup, no, honestly, I have not seen anything that is new to me considering the previous Keita fights. But I don't know. I thought Keita was gonna smoke him. I was rooting for Keita to smoke him in the first round. It didn't go that way, but it was still an amazing fight. Agi is high level. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's a double Cage Warriors champion. But yeah, I was hoping Keita was gonna smoke him in the first round, so that would then my fight with him would be even more impressive. But it is what it is. I have not learned, honestly, I've not learned anything from the Agi fight that I have not seen in the Ronnie fight and the previous fights, honestly.
And then I just want to sort of mention, you said before that you want to fight the best guys, the sort of the champions that Octagon has to offer. Is there any sort of I don't know, aspect of it where it's like, of course, remember like Sakuraba, the Gracie Hunter. Is it something like that where you're sort of becoming like a champion hunter of sorts, getting that sort of moniker to your name?
Well, in this organization, definitely. These are the top guys. These are the famous guys, the known guys in Europe, and they represent pretty much the organization. They've been here longer than me. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of a show. It was fun just to challenge those guys. The other guys I do not know, and all three guys have passed into the other round, and it's gonna be fun. They are high level. There's no doubt about it. That's why they are at the top of Europe. But so am I. I'm here also to fight, improve myself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely are here, and you're representing Serbia on this stage now, and you know you've got the chance to sort of make it 2-0 for Serbia. Obviously, last year Bojan won the tournament, and now you've got the chance to you know put Serbia on the map once again. Speak to me about the significance of representing your nation on such a stage.
I don't know. It means a lot. It means a lot to bring the trophy back to Serbia. It would be something, I don't know, insane. It would be a dream, honestly. And yeah, I mean, it's just representing my country actually means a lot. The people's support behind me here, they're also coming to the fight, my friends, a lot of my friends. I don't know, it just gives me goosebumps. I really am ecstatic. I cannot wait. I would fight Keita tomorrow, honestly. I cannot wait for another week.
I don't doubt it. Um, if you look at it, you're almost like the sort of current flag holder for your nation, right? And obviously Bojan before you. But are there any other Serbian sort of upcoming prospects, maybe the next generation, the stars of tomorrow, that you could sort of point us towards? 'Cause I'm always really interested in seeing the
Yes,
sort of the rising talent.
yes. Well, there's a lot of guys. I could name like 10 of them, but the first one that comes to mind is Nikola Joksovic. He's also trains at the same club that I train, and he is a 15-0 undefeated welterweight. I think he's ranked pound for pound on Topology, like third or fourth. Yeah, so he's really talented, really good stand-up, really good cardio, really good chain wrestling, all around guys. He could very well soon sign with the UFC. We don't know, but he's a very, very good fighter. 15-0. Just to get to 15-0 is a task of itself, no matter who you're fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I wanted to ask you, from your perspective, how do you sort of view the Octagon promotion, right? Because they I've asked a few athletes about this, and you know they've burst onto the UK scene recently. We're seeing a lot of UK stars rising up, but from you know I suppose a Serbian perspective, how have you? What's been your perspective on their sort of rapid rise over the past couple of years?
I'm very impressed with Octagon. The organization itself, the event was something I've never experienced before. Very, very impressed, very professional. So can't say anything, honestly, can't say anything bad about it.
Absolutely. And then one more question, and it's the most cliche, but what's the prediction? What can fans expect in this one?
First round submission or TKO, and or third round, 3 rounds decision, unanimous decision. I don't know. If he's tough, he is very resilient. He's very brave. I admire him, honestly, as a fighter. That's why I want to fight him. All the fighters that I want to fight, I admire. But I don't know. He's not on my level, honestly, and people will see that. I'm an underdog, but I don't know why that is. People will see in 1 week from now that I'm actually the tournament favorite.
Awesome. Okay, that's Predrag Bogdanović fighting next weekend, as we said, in the quarterfinals of the Titsport Game Changer Octagon Lightweight Tournament. Thank you so much for your time. If there's any
My
sort of
brother.
sponsors or shout outs you'd like to give, the floor is yours.
Shout out to my club, Sardušan Silni, and shout out to Arena Fight, who actually streamed the Octagon fights on their channel.
Awesome. Thank you, Predrag. All the best.
See you, man.